Three black on white murders, different parts of the country, almost the same day. They're a lot more alike than they are different, especially in the fact that reporters and public officials are increasingly desperate to pretend that these murders are random, they're not part of a pattern, that black people and white people commit this kind of violence in the same amount. That is a lie.
Yeah, Marcus, police believe that a gunman went on a shooting spree. One man is now in custody. 22-year-old Zebulon James was arrested last night. Now, this all started after 6 last night when police were called to the Shell station on Watkins Drive, where a woman was shot and killed while pumping gas. That woman died on the scene. Now, earlier in the night, police think that one gunman tried to shoot at a J-Tran, another vehicle, and at a house. All of that happened on Watkins Drive. And then later after that, police believe the same gunman drove to Ridgeland to Logan's on County Line Road and shot a woman in the stomach while she was walking in the parking lot. We're hearing that that woman died overnight.
It's outrageous. We've got to find a way to resolve these conflicts without shootings. It's damaging, obviously, to the individuals that are involved. It's damaging to the image of the city. It puts a lot of fear in people when they think or they believe that they cannot go to a store and not be involved in a shooting incident.
Now, again, Jackson police say that 22-year-old Zebulon James was arrested in connection to these shootings. Police linked him to those shootings, one because of his dreadlocks and two because witnesses say they spotted him in a blue Mustang at each of those shootings. He does face murder charges along with more charges. We'll keep you updated.
28-year-old Amanda Blackburn was shot in her Indianapolis home on November 10th. Police say it happened during a home invasion. Blackburn was 13 weeks pregnant and was shot in the head. The baby did not survive. Her husband, Pastor Davey Blackburn, was at the gym when the shooting happened, and her 15-month-old son was with her. He was not harmed during the attack. Now police have arrested 3 people in connection to the crime. 18-year-old Larry Taylor was charged with preliminary murder. Jalen Watson and Deanna Gordon were also arrested. They are being held on parole violations and are expected to be charged in 3 more burglaries. Our partner station in Indianapolis says Watson and Gordon left the home to withdraw money with the Blackburn's ATM card. Police say that's when Taylor raped and killed Blackburn. Authorities tracked down the suspects through ATM receipts found inside a stolen car. Police arrested Taylor this morning with help from U.S. Marshals. Pastor Blackburn says he's extremely relieved by the arrest of a suspect, but says, quote, "It doesn't undo the pain we are feeling." He says investigators have told him that they have a solidly built case against the suspects. Tamara Evans, WDRB News.
All right, let's tie this all together with some Trump news from this morning as well. So we know in Mississippi, if you're a white person going about your business, shopping, getting gas, and you get killed by a black person, that is not a random act. We know that in Indianapolis, if you're a white mother with a child at home and you are a victim of a home robbery, a rape, and murder, that is not a random act. That is an act of racial violence, because we know that this kind of thing is wildly out of proportion, black on white. The perps do not need to leave little notes. They do not need to leave Facebook postings saying "down with Whitey" for us to determine the racial component of this violence. So let's go to Trump. A lot of you guys have probably heard that yesterday Trump retweeted some little graphic about racial violence, the difference in crime between black people and white people. You know, I saw it came across one of my feeds, and I looked at it and I said, well, the numbers are so weird, it doesn't make any sense. So I didn't really even look at it that much, but I knew there was something strange about it. But Trump retweeted it, and everybody today is calling him a liar and this and that. Well, the same people who are calling Trump a liar, that includes the New York Times, New York Daily News, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, these are the same people who have been participating in the greatest lie of our lifetimes. That is that white people, there is no difference in crime between black people and white people. The only reason black people are arrested more often is because racist cops are arresting black people for no reason whatsoever. I get into this a lot and don't make the black kids angry, but there's a ton of stuff on it. And, this is front page stories in the Washington Post where they brag, they had 9 graphs to back it up. It's a hoax. It's a lie. And there's an enormous difference between black crime and white crime in this country, an enormous difference that reporters, public officials, activists around the country are aggressively deceiving us about. That's why I wrote Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. That's why I'm making this videotape, because Trump made a mistake one time. These guys are making this same lie every day, how black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. That's the greatest lie of our lifetime. Hope you'll take a minute to like and share, subscribe to this channel, get the book. If you like Trump, there's an enormous amount of stuff in there about how the media is misreporting the interracial crime numbers. I won't say not Trump, but I'll say 1,000,000 times more than Trump. So maybe they're going to have to find new targets, i.e. themselves. This is Colin Flaherty. Talk to you next time.